Hey folks, want to come on here and build a bit upon mindset. Again, I think it's an important topic to cover, especially going into the Christmas, New Year coming up, 2026, January. And in a business context, I think it can be important. So I thought I'd discuss a book called Show Your Work, a New York Times bestseller from author of Steal Like an Artist. 10 Ways to Share Your Creativity and Get Discovered by Austin Kleon. It's a lovely little small read. You can kind of get through it, and I think it's 200 pages, similar to The Obstacles of the Way. So if you're on holidays or you have some time over the break, if you're taking some downtime, I know there's people that listen from all around the world. So if you don't celebrate Christmas, that's absolutely no problem as well. By the way, if you do, Merry Christmas. And just to go into the bit, Austin Kleon is one of the brightest new minds on the creative landscape. Show Your Work demonstrates why, with the simple yet profound insights and array of his amazing images, he casts aside old stereotypes of the creative life and tells what it's really like. Daniel H. Pink, author of To Sell is Human and Drive, share like an artist. I think this goes for a number of different contexts as well, not just people that are in the creative fields. So it can also be in the business and even science, perhaps, or engineers. So I'll talk about it a bit. Just a quick overview. Number one, mainly in the business context, hence the new category of the podcast. Number one, you don't have to be a genius. Number two, think process, not product, which is the second time this has come up. The process also was in the leadership podcast, which we talked about on number 49, Unlocking the Secrets of Leadership, but the score takes care of itself. Something similar. Share something small every day. Open up your cabinet of curiosities. Tell good stories. Teach what you know. Don't turn into human spam. Learn to take a punch. Sell out. Stick around. Super interesting. So I'll get into it. And a little bit different, but again, I think it's around mindset. For those of you who are wondering what mindset is, if this is the first podcast you're tuning in, again, I don't have a PhD in psychology. However, I love this concept of the mindset, and I've heard about it a lot, but I refer to Dr. Carl S. Dweck's work quite a bit. You can go back within the growth and fixed mindsets, and if you check that out, number 35, Unlocking Your Potential, the Power of Mindset. So mindset is the established set of attitudes someone holds. You hear about kids growing up, or athletes, or even in business, someone has a good, or maybe business is a bit broad and ambiguous, but you hear people have a bad attitude or a good attitude, or someone is behaving in a way that's off based on their attitude. So mindset kind of is the umbrella term for an established set of attitudes held by someone. And if we go into this a bit more, I suppose what I mean by that in simple terms is it's probably, one sec. Attitude, a settled way of thinking or feeling about something. And we talked about on the previous podcast, again, topic of mindset. About mindset mastery, the power of perception, changing your thinking about an obstacle in life. So yeah, we'll get into one more thing. We'll just go here, ChatGPT. So we talked about this on the last episode as well. A mindset is a person's established set of attitudes, beliefs, or ways of thinking that shapes. You probably have to get the source, double check, maybe the journals if you're in the psychology, or if you're in this field, you probably already know. But a mindset is a person, just to reiterate, a person's established set of attitudes, beliefs, or ways of thinking that shapes how they perceive and respond. Hence the previous podcast, which you can check out, number 54. To situations, challenges, and opportunities, it influences behavior, decision-making, and how one interprets experience. For example, like we talked about, a growth mindset is the beliefs that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning, and a fixed mindset is the belief that abilities are static and cannot change much. In short, mindset is the mental framework that guides your thoughts and actions. If you want, I can also do a breakdown of the key components it affects. We'll get into the book now in a sec. Key components of mindset, which you already touched upon. Number 1, beliefs, core assumptions about yourself, others, in the world. Example, I'm capable of learning new skills versus I'm just not good at this. Number 2, attitudes, the way you approach situations or challenges, positive or negative, optimistic or pessimistic. Number 3, thought patterns, repeated ways of thinking, like focusing on opportunities or dwelling on obstacles, which was the previous podcast. Number 4, perceptions, how you interpret events, feedback, and setbacks. Some see failure as a learning opportunity, others see it as proof of inability. Number 2, effects of mindset. Number 1, motivation, effort, growth mindset, more persistent and effort. Fixed mindset avoids challenges and gives up easily. Appreciate your patience if this comes across me being very nonchalant or easygoing about this. We've talked about it a number of times in the podcast, so feel free to go back and have a look. Any episodes that come up saying mindset, I think there's 2 of them, but we talk about maybe a few other times, a number of times in other episodes too. I have to double check that. But number 2, problem solving, open mindset, creative and adaptable thinking. It's the first time we talked about an open mindset, a closed mindset, resistant to change, avoids risk. Number 3, emotional response, positive mindset. We talked about resilience and optimistic. Negative mindset, anxiety, frustration, or defensive. This is getting a bit complex. 4, relationships and communication. Mindset shapes empathy, listening, and conflict resolution. Overall success and well-being. With growth-oriented mindsets, tend to achieve more and experience higher levels of satisfaction. We talked about, in essence, mindset acts like a mental software. It filters how you see the world, how you react, and how you grow. It's super interesting. If we take a phone, for example, this is hardware, or a laptop hardware. Inside, in the settings, you can upgrade it, and you update the software, and that enables the phone to work faster, work better, new apps. And yeah, same with the body and the brain as well. You have the hardware, which may be the brain, the body, and the software, which is in between the ears, what's going on with someone's attitude, someone's thoughts, beliefs, or maybe I'm talking about beliefs, but behavior, decision making, and how one interprets experiences, attitudes, beliefs, I suppose, ways of thinking. So yeah, in short, I don't want to get into this too much, but just to reiterate and make it really simple, because I think I made it very complex, is that if you go back and look on the Mindset podcast, that a mindset is a person's established set of attitudes, beliefs, and ways of thinking that shapes how they perceive and respond to situations, challenges, and opportunities. Influences behavior, decision-making, and how one interprets experiences. And we have the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. So yeah, I'll stop there and I'll get into the book. This kind of builds on mindset. Hopefully, if I've overcomplicated mindset, then feel free to go back to episode, or the previous one, which is number 54, or go back to, where is it? Let me just double check. Triple check, 35, Unlocking Your Potential, the Power of Mindset. The concept of mindset we're getting to, so just thought I'd read right there. Okay, yes, Show Your Work by Austin Kleon is a book about creativity and sharing your process, not just the finished product. It's often seen as a follow-up to his book Steal Like an Artist, which we may talk about the other day, kind of doing it backwards like Star Wars. And yeah, here's a clear breakdown. Core idea, the main message is share what you do, how you do it, and what you're learning along the way. Instead of keeping your work hidden until it's perfect, let people see your process. That builds connections, credibility, and a following. If we talk about online, for example, for me right now, it would be a podcast. That's just a personal antidote. Key principles, 10 rules. You don't have to be a genius. Number 1, share what you know, even if it seems small. Your perspective is unique. Number 2, think process, not product. People are interested in how you create, not just the finished work. Number 3, share something small every day. This could be on LinkedIn if it's a business context, or it could be week by week if you want to start somewhere, or month by month. But it says share something every day, or if it's in the workplace, or even if you're a student sharing something online. It doesn't have to be LinkedIn. It could be Substack. It could be a number of different platforms out there, or even a podcast. It could be week by week or month by month, but just share something small. I know it says every day, so maybe we'll go with every day. Number 4, open up your cabinet of curiosities, or Instagram or any other social media platform. Open up your cabinet of curiosities. Show your interests, influence, and inspirations. They make your work relatable. Number 5, tell good stories. Framing your process and projects as a story makes it engaging. Number 6, teach what you know. Sharing knowledge positions you as helpful and trustworthy. Kind of me talking about mindset of all the books I've read over the last 7 or 8 years. I think it was one book a month for the last 10 years. So that makes So if we just get into that, which I talked about the other day, came back from being with friends after one night, and it was 120 plus books. So that's one book a month, give or take, for 10 years, which is pretty achievable. Just takes consistency, which we got into in the Excellence podcast. A lot of the but a lot of things have to do with a lot of building excellence comes from a consistent pursuit of high standards, and definitely consistency is a part of that too. So showing up, a daily effort, which keeps on coming up as a common theme of the podcast. But you can also be week by week, but daily effort has come up a number of times. Tell good stories. We already talked about that. Number 6, teach what you know. Number 7, do not turn into human spam. Share meaningful, not just for attention. Number 8, learn to take a punch. Criticism happens. Don't let it stop you from sharing, which is super interesting. I know there's a creator out there that talks about that criticism, or maybe getting, I won't say hate, but getting criticism, or people maybe, could be, some people think it's a bad thing, but it could be the opposite in many ways. It could be that people are paying attention and listening, and maybe there's some sort of envy there or jealousy. I think it's Alex Hormozy who talks about that along those lines. He's a business owner, entrepreneur from the United States. I think he has a YouTube channel. He does have a YouTube channel and talks about this. I think so. You have to double check me there, triple check, but I think that's along the lines that hate could be a good thing. Not hate speech, or we won't get into that, or hate crimes. We won't talk about that. But just criticism happens. Anyway, maybe I'll take back all of that. But number 8, learn to take a punch. Criticism happens. Don't let it stop you sharing. Number 9, sell out, but don't sell out. It's okay to monetize your work, but stay true to your values. Number 10, stick around. Consistency over time matters more than sudden fame. Why it matters: builds your network organically, encourages creative growth, helps others learn from your journey, reduces fear of showing work before it's perfect. We'll get this in before 15 minutes. Just some examples of the book, and you can read it yourself. It's a really great thing. There's a lot of designs within the design of the book. It's pretty cool, especially if you're a creative type, which hopefully most people are. But if you sense or identify as a creative person, then definitely look into it. Number 1, share something small every day, which you talked about. Post a photo, sketch, idea, or insight, which we had a podcast on insights as well, related to your work. Example: here's a snippet of my draft or a book that inspired me today. 2, talk about your process. Show behind the scenes of your work. It could be, if they allow you, if you're an employee or if you're a student. I know there's a day in the life of Googlers out there, or a day in the life working different offices. Not just if they're allowed. I think, anyway, I won't get into it. I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there, or on YouTube. At least there's a few anyway. Not just the finished product. Example: time lapse of creating art, a short explanation of your coding process or brainstorming notes. Number 3, show your influences. Share what inspires you: books, artists, articles, tools. Kind of like me, here are some of the books that inspired me, some of the articles as well, or tools, and yes, artists too. Example: the graphic designer that influenced me today, or learning from this musician's approach. Number 4, teach something. Share tips, lessons, or techniques you've learned. Example: a short tutorial, a helpful trick, or how I solved this problem. It could be related to business school, academia. It could be related to in your industry, within that field, in the fitness industry, or it could be related to the hospitality industry. So, number 5, tell a story. Frame your work as a journey, not just a final product. You see people doing daily, weekly vlogs, which is super interesting. Example: this is just an example. I struggled with the sketch for 3 days. Here's how I solved it. Or even online, producing content. Number 6, be authentic, not perfect. Don't wait until everything is flawless. People connect with real experiences, share mistakes, challenges, and learning moments. I love the concept of imperfect action. Maybe I'll talk about it one day. Just doing something, and it doesn't have to be perfect. People stop themselves multiple times. But as it says here, number 6, be authentic, not perfect. Number 7, keep showing up. Consistency matters more than perfection, which adds to the point. Even small daily actions build visibility over time. For example, it can be with the podcast right now. It's a daily thing. It was week by week, maybe more of a daily thing now. 8, handle feedback gracefully. Accept criticism without getting discouraged. Use it to improve, not to stop sharing. Quick summary formula: see, do, share, repeat. That's interesting. Number one, notice something interesting, see. Number two, create or experiment, do. Number three, share what you did and learn, share. Number four, repeat daily. So there's one big takeaway today with the book. It would be to share your process, not just your product. If you're out there and you're an employee within the company, self-employed, or maybe even a business owner out there, and you're looking for ideas with digital marketing content, or you're looking for ideas when it comes to a podcast or online content, is to share your process of maybe making what or teaching or showing what you're learning is more important than the final product. So just, yeah, it could be interesting. Instead of waiting until your work is perfect, let people see your journey, experiences, what you're learning along the way. This builds connections, trust, and visibility while helping you grow creatively. And yeah, I thought I'd share. Kind of feel like I can talk a bit about digital marketing strategy because I studied that in business school. Distinction. So people more and the one thing about show your work is, I suppose the previous was the one thing, but here's another one. People are more interested in how you create than your finished product. Yeah, so share it. Just 16 minutes over 15. If you have any feedback about keeping under 15, please let me know. Until that, we'll keep it around 15. Thanks.